I'm Lauren of All Trades, and I'm checking out all of the free food venues on the Carnival Jubilee. Today I am on the Carnival Jubilee, and these ships, the Excel class ships, Mardi Gras, Celebration, Jubilee, have so many free food options that I feel like this video is about to be an hour long. Hopefully not. Hopefully somewhere between 5 and 20 minutes. So first I want to talk about what I call quick service free food. So that's anything that's counter service that you can walk up to, grab, walk away, and then find a table and eat it. So I guess there's not really much to say about them except for check for the times in the app or in the fun times. They do all have different hours, like pizza, and I'm just calling it the deli because that's what it's been called on other ships. They have sandwiches. What's it actually called? Beach buns. We're going to call it the deli. They have much longer hours than any of the other quick service options, and then some of the places even have different hours depending on if it's embarkation day, or if it's a sea day, or if it's a port day, or if it's a different port day, because sometimes you're in port later in the day. So check the fun times so you don't miss anything, and let's go and check out what some of these options look like. Burger.
sampler of all the meats.
We have 2 sausages. Perfect. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Hold this.
Carolina.
Only way to eat mac and cheese. Barbecue sauce.
Dink.
Oh my god, there's a line.
Yeah, he's got one that's got legs, it's got paper. That'll be great.
Next up to talk about is the main dining room. And the main dining room is just the big restaurant. It's basically just a restaurant, and each of the dining rooms are called something restaurant on every ship. On this ship, they're the Pacific and the Atlantic restaurants. And but it is basically just a sit-down, intended to be fine dining restaurant. There's a different menu every night. Some of the menu items repeat, like literally just a couple from night to night, but it's otherwise different every night. And 2 of the nights of the cruise, everyone is expected to dress up a little bit nicer and the menu items are a little higher end. The second night we'll have lobster tail on the menu, and it's free. It's all free. There are some items on the menu that cost money, but they are indicated. Anything on the cruise that costs money says the dollar amount that it will cost. In addition to dinner, you will also find breakfast in the dining room on port days. On sea days, you will see Sea Day Brunch, aptly named, and that one runs from breakfast time until a little bit later into the afternoon. There isn't a lunch on board, with one exception. I saw that on one ship ever. It didn't happen on this cruise, so maybe that was a test and nobody liked it. We found it weird because we were expecting Sea Day Brunch and we didn't get it, and it was the last day of the cruise. So Carnival, keep Sea Day Brunch on sea days. And then also in the dining room is tea time, which is usually held on sea days. I'm not sure if it's on every sea day on every cruise, or even if it's on every cruise now, because we've definitely been on Carnival cruises that didn't have it, and it kind of felt like it depended on like who was on board, like the age of the people who were on board. But we love it. We think it's delightful. It's also free, and it's in the afternoons on sea days. Check the food section of your Fun Times and in the app. I really want it to be in the What's Happening, but it is in the food section. That's why it's easy to miss. And it's usually all the way at the bottom in the Hungry for More. But it's at 3 o'clock on sea days when it is being held, and they just have like the best desserts that you can get on board for free. And then you can also get the default is tea, and the free ones is either decaf or regular Lipton black tea. You can pay for a fancier, like Art of Tea selection, that's what they call it. Or you could also ask for coffee, and they'll bring you coffee instead if that's what you want. But yes, very good, and I recommend checking out Tea Time if they have it on your cruise. Make time for it. We are often not able to because there's so much to eat and we're full. And I think that covers all of the main dining room stuff. Okay, so now we're going to talk about the sit-down specialty restaurants that are free. Peg and Anchor is sit-down at dinner and is free as many times as you would like to go during your cruise, between one and the length of your cruise on Excel class ships, so that is Mardi Gras, Celebration, and Jubilee at this point. It's not true on ships older than that. Then there is Shebang and Cucina del Capitano, and they are open for lunch and dinner, both sit down, although the menus are different for lunch than they are for dinner. I have experienced in the past, I don't know if it's different just for these ships or what, but at least on our cruise on Jubilee, Cucina was only open for lunch on the last sea day. We checked the app. We thought we were crazy because we've seen it previously being open on all sea days and on older ships, embarkation day as well. So it was very confusing, and we're cramming extra food into our bodies to be able to eat everything because we wanted to come. The last sea day only, Cucina is open for lunch, and it's free. No conditions. Shebang is open for lunch on sea days and is free as many times as you want to go. No conditions. But then Shebang and Cucina for dinner, they will each be free once per cruise. And they are open every night. If you go back a second time to either of them, it will be $8 per additional time, with each of those restaurants being separate. So you can go to Cucina once and Shebang once free. If you return to either of those however many times during your cruise, $8 per visit per person. With an exception, because whenever these ships are on their inaugural season, you can go as many times as you want. But at some point that's going to change without notice, except I assume that the app will warn you. People are pretty vocal about it. So on Celebration and Mardi Gras, Cucina and Shebang cost $8 for a second visit. On Jubilee currently, they're free however many times. I know, that was so much, but I feel like it has to be said, so it's been said, and now let's take a look at some of the food. We're doing the whole thing. Okay. Hello.
Eat for 8.
Follow me, please.
Thank you. You want to sit on the little couch with me?
Sure.
I think we have to. I hate being a same side sitter, but like, come on. Come on. I like
dessert?
penne,
We'll have a orange gelato.
Alfredo.
Because I want the ice cream and she wants the lemon, so.
Anyway.
And I want mushrooms. And I want chicken. All right. Thank you. Okay, so we're gonna share a bunch of stuff, so let's make sure we know what we're getting. We're gonna get the steak noodle bowl as a broth.
Yep.
And then our server told us the chicken and shrimp could only be done as a stir fry, so we'll do that as a stir fry. And then I also want to try the camarones burrito bowl and the churro y helado for dessert. And finally, there is the buffet, which on this ship is on deck 16, is always in the back of the ship, and they serve breakfast, lunch, and dinner in the buffet. On the Jubilee, they serve a late night snack down in the Pig and Anchor bar. You go all the way to the back and they'll have food set up there. And they also have a breakfast buffet set up there, just a continental breakfast, so that people don't have to all come all the way up here, and it just spaces some people out. The timing is different depending on if it's embarkation day, sea day, port days. So check your fun times or the app to see what time each thing is open. The lunch selections I think are really good. There's more variety at lunch than the other meals, and everything does change from day to day. You see the most similarity at breakfast because there's only so much you can do with breakfast food and because they have a big selection. But lunch, there's the most difference, and at dinner, everything is also different from day to day.
And a little tiramisu gelato.
Link up.
I like that.
So that is all of the many free things that you can eat on board the Carnival Jubilee. Let me know if I missed anything. Let me know what you like best, because other people will read the comments and then they'll know what you like best. And you know, give me a like, subscribe. Comments are all welcome. I do answer every question that I get asked in my comments. That's it for me and the free food on the Carnival Jubilee. So just check your deck plan for which is called Lido. Although weirdly on the deck plan, deck 9 is called Lido also. Well, it's 16 on Mardi Gras Celebration and Jubilee, and it says Lido on board. I don't know, it's weird. This is too much information.